Hello, thank you for checking out A1 Math, and today we're looking at constructing rules for arithmetic sequences. So let's begin. Okay, so what we want to do here is we want to write a recursive rule and an explicit rule for this information here. It says the table shows the number of plates left at the buffet after n hours. Write a recursive rule and an explicit rule for the arithmetic sequence represented by that table. So here's the table. And there are two things you need to know before you write either one of the rules. The first thing you need to know is the first term. And the second thing you need to know is the common difference. So those are the things that we need in order to write either sequence, okay? And we're going to use these two formulas here, or these two rules, and we're just going to plug in the information that we find. Those two things, the first term and the common difference. So the first term is just as it sounds, the first term here. So the first term, f of n, or f of 1, is going to be 155. So the first term is going to put f, first term, it's 155. All right, now the next thing we need is the common difference. So to get the common difference, this is how you find it. You're going to do the second term minus the first term. It's important to always do that order. The second term minus the first term. Okay, so the second term is 141. And we're going to subtract it from 155. Okay, once we do that, we get negative 14. Now, we have to make sure it's a common difference. So the only way to see if it's common is if we go to the next set of terms here and see if it's the same. So now I'm going to do the third minus the second, just to check to make sure it's still negative 14. So we're going to do 127 minus 141. And that's going to get us negative 14. Okay, it's important to do it the next term minus the previous one. That way you make sure your signs are okay. So we know that RD is going to equal negative 14. And that's going to be the common difference. As a matter of fact, I'm going to write it right here. So now we've got the two things we need. The first term and the common difference. So all we're going to have to do here is just plug it in where it goes. Okay, so right here where it says given F1, that's where we're going to do the recursive rule first. So I'm going to put REC for recursive. And right here where it says given F1, well, I'm going to say f of 1 is equal to 155. So that's the part that says being given. I'm telling you that f of 1 is equal to 155. Okay. Now, the next one I'm going to do is fill in the rest of this here. All of this will stay the same. Every last bit will stay the same right here. So I'm going to put a comma to kind of separate that. And I'm going to say f of n minus 1 stays exactly the same plus d. Well, d is negative 14, so I'm going to put a minus 14 here. And that's it. Given 155, what you need to do is have f of n minus 1 minus 14, which means you're going to take away 14 each time. That's the recursive rule. Now we're going to do the explicit rule. So with the explicit rule, I've got function notation here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is plug in the first term. Like I said, you need that. And I'm going to say f of n is equal to the first term, 155, plus RD, which is negative 14. So I'm going to put minus 14 and just put n minus 1. And matter of fact, I'm going to erase this and put EXP for explicit. So I'm going to write it again. F of n is equal to f of 1, which is the first term, 155, minus 14, n minus 1. And that's the explicit rule. So we got both of our rules written out here, the recursive and the explicit. Okay. And that is constructing rules for an arithmetic sequence. I want to thank you for checking out A1 Math. Have a nice day.